Well, this looks familiar. At one time or another, there was a lot of work done in here on this thing. It doesn't seem to look too bad.
Clear prop.
What do you think, Ted? You like this one or you don't like this one? So Ted, I know you wanted that 310 you were thinking about keeping, but
Right.
look what I found.
Well, that's a lot nicer than the 310.
It's a lot bigger.
A lot bigger.
It's only $111.
Wow, right up my alley.
Thinking about if you want to stop by, I can give them a call.
I think it's a great idea. We're here.
Yeah, if you look at the times, it only has 3,800 hours in the airframe, 400 hours on each engine, and 97 hours on both props.
That's crazy. It's like new.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can give them a call, and I mean, look at this thing. I mean, it's an executive 401, but it's been parked for about 15 years.
Well, that's the mantra, right? It hasn't been parked forever.
All right, let's stop down.
A couple hours to kill before we go to the. You never know what you're going to run into, right?
Yeah. All right. We'll go check it out. Oh, look at all the airplanes.
Lots of them.
I think I see some flat tires.
Beautiful thing.
A few weeks ago, we were out in Texas working on our new Aero Commander 680 and the Cessna 310. We had a little time left in the trip, and Uncle Ted was still looking for an airplane to buy for himself. And I found what could be the best deal ever.
Let's see where he's at here.
Greg Russell.
Greg, Jason from Rebuild Rescue. How are you, brother?
Yeah, how you doing, Jason?
Good, good. We're sitting out in the parking lot of the Air Center.
Yeah, I'm just inside. I'll come right out.
Just inside. Awesome. I'll see you in a minute.
Hey, good to meet you.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah,
How are you?
good
Good
to
to
see
meet
you.
you, man. Absolutely.
Hey, I'm Greg.
Uncle Ted, Greg, Greg,
Hi,
Uncle
Greg.
Ted.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Uncle Ted.
How you
Yeah,
doing?
we're hanging out here doing airplane stuff, so it was perfect to come and check this out.
That's great. Did you go to Cleveland yet?
Yeah, we've
How
been
was
at Cleveland. We got a big 680 FLP started up, and we got a 310 started up.
Really?
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
It's a
So
lot prettier than a 310.
nice. Well, I'm excited to take a look at it.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
All right, see you in a second. Look at that. It's a twin Comanche.
No engine in it.
No engines. We promised not to buy anymore with no engines.
No engines.
Especially those ones. That's good. That's going to be expensive. Well, I
Is
think it
that
looks
N
like
number?
it's in pretty nice shape.
Yeah, I was going to say. Doesn't look bad.
You can tell
Been
by
there for a while.
the grass growing, and you can tell by the front end and the tail almost in the ground.
Yep.
It's definitely engineless. Might have to research that one a little bit.
There she is.
Man, look at that sucker.
Pretty quiet,
Boy, look at that.
That's a nice little piece of equipment.
isn't it?
Well, this looks familiar.
4 new cylinders. These props have 0 hours on them. This flies like a heavy bonanza. Well,
Yeah.
you've flown.
Yeah, so
haven't.
interestingly enough, I have never flown in a 401 yet.
You haven't?
I've never flown in a
You're
400.
An expert in 401. That's amazing.
I have 2,800 hours working on one,
Wow.
At
Well,
least.
That's why you're perfect.
you know, but
the this when you fly it flies just like a heavy bonanza.
Really?
I had a bonanza for years,
Okay.
so I knew exactly what it was like flying both of them.
yeah.
And that's why I love this plane.
Well, show me around the airplane. Have at it.
That's bigger than the 310.
The tank is?
Yeah. Look at the size of it.
It's actually 50 gallons, the same
Really?
fuel level. Yeah. Yesterday, when we were starting it up, we noticed that the fuel tank had a 50-gallon, sticker on for 50 gallon. These are 50-gallon too. So I think it's the same tank, which is pretty cool.
I want you to meet Jason, Tommy. That's my lead mechanic.
Tom, how are you, bud?
Pleasure, sir.
Good
Yeah.
to meet you. You worked on this one quite a bit.
Over the years, we sure have.
Yeah, they're some cool machines, and I never flew in one yet, so. All right, well, I'm gonna take a look at this sucker here. I mean, it's nice seeing them when they're all together.
Oh, yeah,
There's so
it
many
is,
we
isn't
go to check out, and they're in pieces, so.
Yeah. Those are brand new tires too. Brakes, tires, all that.
Yeah, so it's got some new tires on it. No, up front too.
Oh yeah.
This one will run a lot quicker and easier than the free one.
Yeah. So this one's got the 20-gallon aux tank. There's no other tank in the wing here, and it doesn't have the nacelle tank. So we got 20 150, so we got a total of 140 gallons. So you could either have the 140 or the 165. I think it's 165 if you had the nacelle tanks. The big question is, what does everything look like down in here? So the biggest thing on these 400s is all the turbo stuff. Through all the mounts and everything, you're gonna get corrosion from heat and all that. It's gonna happen here. It's a huge repair, it's a huge expense. And on the 401, we didn't know it, but once we pulled it all apart, it was totally ruined. It doesn't seem to look too bad. Yeah, the mount in there looks good. Man, this looks familiar. It's actually a little bit scary when I look at these sometimes. Just remember what the 401 looked like. Not sure what this is. It's the air box. It's got old air, but it's like covered, I guess, because of the turbo. Maybe that's a way to
insulate it. Yeah.
Insulate it or something.
The exhaust doesn't look bad. It's missing a clamp.
No, so there's an AD on all this stuff. All this has to come off and get completely redone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets tested, and it's I think it's 8,000 a side.
Really?
I think it's been parked long enough that it'll need done. It probably wasn't done. I'd have to look at the logs.
Right.
But yeah, that's one of the high dollar ADs. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get a scope and pop this off, get the scope down on this beam. This is the bad,
That's
normally
the
the
bad
bad
side.
beam because it's downhill.
Gotcha.
So everything sits in that corner right there.
All right.
And that's where they
Why
all
the
corrode.
corrosion is, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll look over the rest of it. I'll see if we can get a scope out, and we'll scope that area then. Do you ever want to become a pilot? Have you ever wanted to own an airplane? Well, here's your chance, because at the Rescue Foundations, we have a raffle going on right now where you can win this airplane totally refurbished and resto modded out. Plus, you'll get $35,000 towards paying taxes on it, so there'll be no money out of your pocket. Or if you don't want an airplane and you just like cold hard cash, $100,000. It's your choice, pick what you want. We also have second and third prizes. Check out the link down below, click on it, get entered, win yourself an airplane and some cash. Hey, look at that.
We made the cover.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
That's
Never
awesome.
sold that now, but-
I love it. My first airplane was a V-tail Bonanza.
Was it?
Yep.
I love that plane.
K-35.
I took that to Alaska.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
great
crazy.
plane.
So it looks like you got a new prop governor. It does have prop accumulators, so that's nice. This all seems to be in pretty good condition. Looks like we had some rivets were repaired underneath here. A couple doublers over here. If you look underneath there, we definitely got a few different fuel leaks coming from a few different places, which is really normal on these things.
How's the interior look?
Well, it's seen better days. But it's not all torn up for our age. I mean, it almost looks like it's original.
Yeah.
So these 401s and any airplane can have corrosion, especially in these engine cradle areas. Unfortunately, we didn't bring a scope with us, but we really had to check it out to make sure that everything was going to be okay before Uncle Ted made a decision whether or not he was going to buy it.
Oh, you got a scope and everything. Look at that. Well, let's go. Let's get some scoping done then.
Just crap, or is it corrosion?
That's sealant
Oh, okay, yeah.
here
Yep.
in the corner. Now, normally I would, there's always sealant on there. I'd worry about it a little bit normally, but because there's no other corrosion here, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
But it will corrode right there,
Right in that corner.
right in that corner. Yeah, so there's that the oil that actually protects the the beam.
Yeah, yeah, right.
All right, let's go check the other side. So there's that oil again.
Doesn't look bad.
No, I don't see anything. I mean, it's got enough grease and grime in there that I don't think it could have corroded. So
Yeah.
sometimes low maintenance is good maintenance. There's a good bit of fuel in this one, so it's holding fuel, and I didn't see any fuel under the wing, so this one might be okay. I didn't see any. Well, let me take that back. So we got a little bit of fuel coming out here. Everything looks good under here. I don't see any repairs. I don't see anything on the wings or, just that fuel leak out of the gascolator there. Flaps look good. Oh, this looks good underneath here. Looks like we had a little bit of a repair here. And the fuel tank, usually almost every single Cessna I see with these tip tanks has some damage in here, and this one looks good. Is this your trucking colors or what?
Yeah.
This
They
is?
are. Yep. White and maroon or burgundy and gray.
How do the wing lockers look? Man, when you don't have fuel tank in there, it goes pretty deep. The paint job actually looks kind of nice.
It doesn't look bad.
Yeah. There is something I am seeing, and it's got a little bit of weird waffling up top there. If you look right along here, see all that? Mm-hmm. So the whole thing's got like a little bit of a waffle look. I don't know if it was hail damaged at one
That's
time.
what it looks like.
And repaired. Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me, like it had some hail damage.
That's used to have some heavy hail damage, and then it was painted. Yeah, because you can see it all along here, and
I can see it.
we are in Texas. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's like the hail capital of the world. So this was refurbished by Devon Air Group. There's a tag right here. Probably where this hail was, and they did the bodywork over top of it. All right, let's go check it out in here. So this is what a 401 looks like with an interior in it. I just kind of forgot what one of these looks like with an interior. We got the squatty potty back there.
Yep.
There's plenty of luggage space. I mean, it is roomy. How do you compare, what do you think this is, Max, compared to like the 680?
It's definitely a little bit smaller. I think the ceiling height's probably a little lower.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, they're not bad at all. So this has the AC unit down here, comes out up here. It's an electric AC unit. Get up here. This has the dividers in.
Yeah.
Got the S-Tech autopilot, which is the same autopilot that we had in the 401. You got the air conditioning over there, on and off. The radio master. Here's that low thrust detection system. It has lights on here, green or red, on the props. So literally when you have an engine, it shows you on the controls which one to hit, which one to pull back. I would assume they're green and green if it's good, and I'm assuming it turns red if it's bad, and the red one is the one that you pull back and you feather. That's pretty cool. Got oxygen up here, and there's oxygen at every port over there.
Yep.
It's a pretty solid airplane. There's a lot less bird poop in this one though.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, let's go out, see if we can get this thing pulled out and get it fired up, see how she runs. I want to check out in here. I forget what this looked like being together too. So we got the gyro here, we got avionics, old school panel. At one time or another, there was a lot of work done in here on this thing.
Absolutely.
All this stuff looks so familiar. It gives me flashbacks. Some good, some bad.
I was going to say, what kind of flashbacks you have?
So both of them at 304 had a prop strike inspection. But time since Major 304, and that was in 99. So both of them were pulled out, and I think that's the last, pretty much the last log entry. So these log books are almost like you got to be a detective, like when you're looking through it. Usually when I'm looking at an airplane, I'll spend more time on the logs than I will on the whole airplane, because it's going to tell the story. So we were just talking about, like in the log books, it had a double prop strike on both engines with only about 300 hours on the engines.
Right, yeah. What happened was my partner was going to do touch and goes. He did the typical thing when you come down, instead of the gear, he hits the flaps.
No way.
Or vice versa.
Okay.
But all we do is spin a little in the grass. You know, it wasn't a big deal. We just spun like one spin and stop, you know.
On the belly.
On the belly.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, there was a little damage to the
Undercarriage.
The undercarriage.
On the belly.
Okay.
Yeah, the belly. Little damage, not much.
Well, I was looking underneath there, and I could see, especially towards the rear where the fuselage comes up, there's 3 patches there.
Yeah.
It didn't look like much damage.
It wasn't.
There's a couple different pilots. There's ones who've had a gear up and ones that will. And there's airplanes that have had a gear up and ones that did, and you can't tell.
Yeah.
So pretty much most of them had gear ups at some point. All right, Uncle Ted, you ready to do this? Where are we flying to?
Not very far, but it looks like it.
All right, we're on left main, right main. We have brakes. So when I, fired up, we definitely want to look for oil pressure and everything here. The RPM's not going to work.
Right.
So, hey, the door light works.
Well, there you go.
That's a plus. Man, if I remember how everything works. Everything's spooling up. Let's give her some prime. Left fuel pump. All right, so we're gonna look for fuel pressure.
Getting fuel pressure.
There we go. 1, 2, 3. Good. I'm going to go ahead and prime the right as well.
Okay.
There we
Oh,
go.
There it comes.
All right. You guys ready? Mag's hot. Clear prop. Not showing anything, is it? All right. Shut her down. So it's not showing any oil pressure. I wasn't sure if it was unhooked up here. I'm gonna try to fire the right side up. Right mags are hot. Clear prop. There we go. That gets them up. I think it might just be the oil line coming back and forth. Mag drop's good. Mags are hot. Clear prop. Got pressure?
Coming to line.
All right, coming up. Without the cowlings on and stuff, that sucker will get hot.
Yeah.
It's got brakes, believe it or not. Let's get out here and take a look at it, and we'll see see if we can find any leaks or anything like that. But it started up good. It ran smooth. Had a little bit of a tick. You could hear it there, but that was a little bit, I think, more like an exhaust tick because you have all those pieces that are together. So.
Will they expand?
Yeah, but it ran pretty good. I thought. What do you think?
Sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. Considering.
These are big honking airplanes, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. The visibility is better in the 680.
It's way better in the 680 because look how much room you have.
Yeah, yeah.
You got like a foot.
Yeah.
The 680 you have like
2
3 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's go out and take a look at it.
Yeah.
How did it sound out here?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have heard something ticking, but
Yeah, I think it was more just the exhaust, like where the exhaust joints come together. They just leak a little bit when they're cold. So we're gonna go over the logs a little bit more. Might have 2 401s to work on. Hopefully not as much as the other one though. I don't know. Hopefully we can make a deal on it for Uncle Ted. So what do you think, Uncle Ted? You like this one or you don't like this one?
Yeah. It's not bad. It looks good.
Yeah.
It just depends on how much it's going to take to get it flying.
And how much it's gonna take after it's flying.
After it's flying.
Probably 20 grand to get it flying and 20 grand after it's flying.
It's all about the numbers, right?
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna dig into this 401 here a little bit more, check out the logs and just look it over. It started up, it ran really smooth.
It seemed to be, yeah.
But it does have a long history of some different damages and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff it's gonna need. I'm thinking 20 grand to get it flying and probably another 20 after it's flying and then maybe another 20 after that too. So
And then avionics.
and then avionics. Yeah. So
Lots of 20s.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
lots of 20s. So
Yeah.
but I think you'd look good in a 401 though.
Maybe.
I think you would. I think I could see this flying right out around Florida.
Yeah,
maybe
right
over
out
the
of Spruce
Bahamas.
Creek with it.
Yeah.
Right down the Bahamas.
It's been fun checking this 401 out. We have a lot more work to do. We're gonna look through the logs. We gotta talk to the owner. We're gonna talk to Uncle Ted here and see if he wants to make a deal on this sucker. So
We'll see.
we'll see. Absolutely, guys. Thank you for coming along for this adventure. Take care.
Bye now.